Welcome back to the CI/CD tutorial using GitHub Actions. In this video, we want to learn how to protect private information when using CI workflow. Let's get started. That's the recent configuration we had. I can open up my YAML file. That's where we have the greeting job, the building job, and the last job, which was about to scheme. If you remember well, we found out that we need to add arguments, and now we can use those 5 arguments for the input. We can use these remote data from CERN storage, and then we need an output file name. We need also cross-section file. We need the luminosity as well, scale, and then git add GitHub workflows main. Then we can git commit with the message, okay, run scheme with arguments. Okay, git push -u origin and the name of our working branch, which is add actions. Okay, we can monitor here in actions. We could see run scheme with arguments, and this will take a few minutes. Okay, it's done, but there is failure. Let's have a quick look here. What we see is that we were not able to access the data because the user access is restricted. That's why we didn't get permission. So one word about this data. So these data are from CERN, and they are protected, and they should be authenticated. It means you must have your credentials to be able to access this data. In this example, we'll walk through this CERN data, how you can protect your username or your password. This is an example. Simply, you can just use your username password, or you can also do better by encoding your password. What we'll learn in this video is 2 things. First of all, how to store your confidential information. In this example, I want to protect my password, and also I want to protect my username to be able to access this data. So the base64 is just an encoding way. So assuming you've encoded your password, as an example, your password was Hunter42. So if you encode it, this means, okay, you pass the encoded password, then you decode it, and then you use it secretly. This won't be visible from your YML, neither from your log files when your job are running. You can just use this example as given here to play with that. So now we're talking about how to store those private information. There is what you can do here, there are some steps to take if you would like to use GitHub Action Secret. We will try it. What we have to do is to go on your main page of the repository, and in settings, let's see here, I should have settings, great, and then there is on the left secrets. Then you can see, so there are no secrets yet, but we can add it here. So what you have to type this secretly, as I said, is you in general you have to type in plain text, but you can type these. You have make sure no one is around you or watching you, and then you can add your here in the name. You can put, for instance, your user pass, and then and similarly you can also add your username, and then okay, let me refresh. Okay, so as you can see, I just added my username, my user pass. Now I can go back and update GitHub workflow main. So what I need to do is just, I can add a step here before the scheme. I can add a name, let's say access control. And then what I have to do is to run, we can run this command here. Okay. This will work for me because I have the CERN account, but here the idea is just to give you an example how you can do this in your case. This is extendable. You can scale to your user case. Let me add first git add my git workflow main, and then git commit with message, let's say access control. Then git push -u origin, the name of our working branch. So, and while this is running, we can have a quick check here. You can see that there are a bit of documentation, especially what the syntax of the secret name. This should be follow this instruction here. So in order to be a valid secret name, we can again monitor the access control, which is running. We can see now the job is done and successfully. We can look here what happened. Okay, maybe let's check the access control. You can see that now from the log, all my credentials are hidden, and then you don't see anything here. And then now you can be sure that your information is protected. And then we see that, okay, you can see that there was some selection with some information of the efficiency, but this is not the main goal of this video, but was to let you know that you can save your confidential information in order to be protected when your CI workflow is running, and also you have to access using this encrypted secret by following this syntax. The last thing to do will be to add artifact in GitHub workflow. And if you remember well what to do, it's just at the last stage, we want to make, let's say, let's go by using actions, upload artifact, and then you have to use with to specify the name of your, how we're gonna call it, let's call it scheme gh, and then the path is just this file. Let's save and then git add workflow main, then git commit -m, okay, adding artifact, then git push -u origin, the name of the branch, which is add actions. So what we see now, the job is finished. And what one can notice is, okay, let's go back. Is that there is artifact here. And if you click on, you can see those are the binaries. And this is the last one we uploaded. And you can surely download it locally if you want. And that's it. See you in the next video.